DuArktik here with another Raid the Shadow Legends video, and in this video we are back to take a look at the Champion Chase tournament that we are going to have in 2 hours and why you should not do this event. We are going to take a look at the Cassandra calendar and notice that this is very similar to the event that we had for Tholin Foulbeard last year during the summer, and because of that we already know what to expect at the end of the event, and this tells you that this Champion Chase tournament might be a little bit of a trap, but we are going to break down all the information that you need to know in order for you to make the decision if you are going for this Champion Chase tournament or not. And we also have a 2x on Sacred that was not announced, and supposedly we'll see in the near future. In 2 hours or so, we are going to see these 2 times Sacred that only a few content creators have reported, but it has not been posted on Reddit, but it has posted on Discord, so you have this arbitrary information that is not being properly delivered. But yeah, this is what you can expect in the near future. Now, before we start, Champion Chase tournaments plus 2x Sacred, is this a good investment? Usually not, and the reason why it's because you go from a 6% chance of getting a legendary champion to a 12% chance of getting a legendary champion. And when you open your Sacreds, well, 90% of the time you are going to get epics, while when you have other type of events like 2x Void or 2x Ancients, you already expect only rares, right? But your chances of getting epics is higher and your chance of getting legendaries is higher. So when you have this type of events, Champion Chase tournaments, you want to prioritize the ones that have Ancient Shards and Void Shards, because once again you are guaranteed that the rarity will be increased, while on the Sacred ones it's the opposite. You have just less of a chance of getting Void Shards, but it's a very small amount anyway. Okay, with that said, let's take a look at all the information that you need to know in order for you to make a decision on how to plan ahead for this Cassandra Fusion event. And is Cassandra a champion that you should go for? Yes, because she's going to be part of the new faction, and even if you already completed Faction Wars and you already obtained your Lydia, you still have to go through your normal faction wars with this new faction, and you're still going to be able to obtain some legendary books and other stuff as well, even if you already have Lydia, so keep that in mind. Okay, so as always, if you guys like information on these videos, make sure to share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Raid Shadow Legends content, and make sure to smash that like button like a boss. Okay, so here we have the Fusion calendar for Cassandra, and we already have the Dragon Tournament event going on right now, the Gear Hunters event going on as well, and we have the Champion Chase tournament and the Champion Training event starting off in 2 hours or so. But this event is going to give us a total of 450 fragments, this Fusion event, and we have 3 summon events. We have this Champion Chase tournament, we have the Summon Rush, and then we have another Summon Rush. From my experience in the past, if you can hold all the way to the last event, it probably pays off. Or because the rewards are better and the Platinum wants you to summon more, or because there is a Titan event, which is very likely for this event, there is always some reason for you to do the summon at the end. They always make it like this. It's many people say it's way to Shadow Legends, and it is indeed the case. Once again, because this Champion Chase tournament is a 2x on Sacred Shards, it usually has less value than a 2x on Ancients and a 2x on Void Shards. So once again, you have to keep that in mind. In terms of the colors that we see on the screen, hopefully you know how to drive, so if you see green, that means you can go ahead and participate on this event. If you see yellow, tread carefully because you might not be taking the most advantage out of your energy. And if you see orange, it's very likely that you should skip. Very important to keep this in mind. So that's the point of this champion chase tournament. If you can hold, if you are not trigger happy, and you can wait all the way to the last summon event, it usually pays off. And because the event is only 2 days, usually that's a sign of a higher value of an event. So once again, keep that in mind. It might not be the case, but for the last year or so, every time this happens, it was the case. So we can expect the same, at least I would assume. Okay, so then we have a classic arena tournament. There is nothing to worry about that. Champion training event. You want to make sure you are doing the most during the Gear Hunters event, because you can run the campaign over and over again and also complete this event at the same time. And the rewards, we can already see that they are pretty solid. Gear Hunters event, we can see right here that we have the core hammers. Once again, the core hammers will increase in value because of the changes coming to the rewards from Arena. We have Ancient Shard, and then we have a Immortal Soul. You want to get all these Immortal Souls, especially because you just had the Immortal Soul event. Going back to the calendar, we can see right here that we have the Gear Enhancement. We just had another one, so make sure you start saving your silver, and all the gear that you obtain from the Gear Hunters and the Champion Training, you sell it for more silver. Then we have Ice Golem, and I'm going to assume that we are going to have some kind of event, some kind of tournament for the event dungeon. So if you don't know what is the event dungeon, is the new dungeon that unlocked right here. So you can go here, and this one, usually once a week, if not more often than that, we get an event for this, where you can also obtain some souls and some additional stuff. So yeah, you want to make sure that you are doing the most out of these and as high of a level as possible. So it increases your chances of getting 5 and 6 stars, and also legendary gear, mythical gear, and so on. These stages after the challenge stages will not count for this event, so keep that in mind. It's only if you can do stage 30, that's the one you want to farm. So yeah. This is not. This is going to overlap a little bit with the Gear Hunters. Maybe we have to wait and see if it starts tomorrow or not. Probably not. But then we have Ice Golem tournament. Right now, I can farm Ice Golem 10 on Hard with Shredder and train the champions at the same time. So I'm gonna make sure I take advantage of that. But you want to make sure that you are waiting for a personal reward CVC starting next Tuesday, and then we have a Gear Hunters event. So you want to overlap the Gear Hunters with your personal reward CVC, so you get some additional points for your clan. Gear Enhancement comes after. You want to make sure that you are doing most of your gear enhancement during the personal rewards CVC. Otherwise, once again, you are losing value because it pays off in points during CVC to get your gear to level gear tier 12 and gear tier 16, stuff like that. So you want to make sure that you are doing the most on the first days to overlap with the CVC. Then we have Spider Tournament. This is already after the CVC. You can easily train champions at the same time as you are doing the Spider. Even if you cannot train 4, you can still train 3, so you should try to do that. And then we have a Classic Arena. You just want to participate in it. Champion Training Tournament. We have to wait and see for the rewards of this one, if it's going to be a soul or if it's going to be just mythical books. If it's like mythical books, you go for all the rewards. You're probably going to have an eternal soul to obtain from these, from obtaining like 12,000 points or something like that. But yeah, you have to pay attention because here, using your books is going to give you extra points. So if you feel like your clan is losing, you can save your books for this tournament. So don't use your books on the personal reward CVC. Wait. If you are winning, okay, then use the books. If you are losing, then save them for this champion training tournament for easy points, right? Easy points. Here we have a summon rush. Once again, you should skip this summon rush. In terms of summon rushes, the sacred shards are the best ones in terms of points, unless you are buying them. If you are going to buy shards, then the void shards and the primal shards, they have the best bang for your dollars. So keep that in mind. But if you are free to play, you always want to summon during summon rushes. And finally, we have the Fire Knight tournament. do the best out of this one because you cannot train champions at the same time. At least I'm not familiar with any way you can do this. A gear event, once again, do the most out of these. Gear enhancement, and then we have the summon rush. So this is a little bit problematic. You can like triple in value with the gear training tournament and the Fire Knight, but it's not easy. It's just not easy. So yeah, try to complete the Fire Knight as soon as possible and then focus on training champions during the training tournament, but on your campaign, right? That's gonna be your main goal. Okay, so I think this is all that you need to know in order for you to prepare for this event and make your decision. You can take a screenshot, use this as a frame of reference to see which events you should skip and which ones you should focus on, and also the time frames, because once again, for example, on the Ice Golem tournament, there is no reason for you to do it on the first day. You're gonna wait for the last day and then overlap with the Gear Hunters tournament for some extra value on your energy, because as I always say, if you can double up, triple up, quadruple up, quintuple up the value of your energy, that's what you want to do, because that's what Raid Shadow Legends it's all about. Okay guys, so that's going to be the video. Once again, is Kassandra a character that you should be focusing on? I'm not like super impressed with her kit, but because she's part of the new faction, she's definitely going to help you in that regard, and she also has a speed aura, which once again, for a new faction, this is absolutely insane. So, as always, if you guys like the information on these videos, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Raid Shadow Legends content, and I will catch you guys later.